Day 3. So proud of everyone for getting this far. We're covering Genesis chapter 28 through 40. And the key thing to think about through this reading is faithfulness. The faithfulness of Jacob and Joseph. Jacob, after working for 7 years for the love of his life, on his wedding night, gets the switcheroo pulled on him, and Rachel's dad ends up giving him Leah instead of Rachel, and he has to work an extra 7 years, 14 years, just to marry the lady that he loves. But he was faithful to God, and God blessed him and Laban's family. Then we come with Joseph. Joseph, after being the apple of his dad's eye, jealousy, his stepbrothers sell him into slavery. After plotting to kill him, they end up selling him into slavery, but God blesses Joseph, and Joseph ends up being the head of Potiphar's household, a rich man. The key thing in all of this, like I said, is the faithfulness and the obedience of these two. A lot of times we concentrate on thinking about how we're going to have to ask for forgiveness after we do this instead of obeying God, when God would much more have us obey Him in the beginning and not ever have to repent. If we every day, in every temptation, every situation, think about how we can obey God in that situation and do that instead of saying, well, I'm going to have to ask for forgiveness for this later, God would bless us all the more. So we get back to the story, and Joseph is in Potiphar's household managing his stuff, and Potiphar's wife tries to seduce Joseph, tries to take him to her bed, and Joseph says, no way, I cannot do that, you're my master's wife. And she grabs onto him, and he runs out of there, runs away from the temptation. How often when we get tempted do we kind of sit around and kind of think, you know what, I can probably handle this. I'm big enough to handle this. Or, it's not a big deal. Whenever we can't handle it, we can't handle being tempted. When we fall so many times in the same issues, the same things, yet every time we're tempted, God will provide a way out for us, but we don't run away. We stand right there and try and face it ourselves without God. But we need to do what Joseph does. When Joseph was tempted, he runs away. And we need to run away. So I want to encourage you today, when you are tempted, run away.